Hey traders, welcome back to the Modest Money channel. Without a doubt, crypto taxes are a nightmare. You've got swaps, DeFi, staking rewards, and 100 crypto transactions you forgot about. And if you mess up, the IRS won't care if it was an accident. So, which crypto tax software actually saves you from the headache? Koinly or CoinLedger? I tested both and one surprised me. Let's break it down. All right, before we dive into what makes this crypto tax software a lifesaver, let's talk about other users' experiences using them. Because let's be honest, crypto tax software might promise you the world, but what really matters is what happens after you sign up. Now, I made it a point to dig through a mountain of real user reviews for both Koinly and CoinLedger. And if you've ever read reviews, you know the juicy stuff usually hides in the one-star section. That's exactly where I started. Let's begin with Koinly. One frustrated user shared that the site was just plain terrible for high-volume traders. He said he had to pay over $2,000 just for them to process his transactions. He was especially annoyed because last year, with the same transaction count, it only cost him $300 with a different service. Wait a second. Could this be the norm with Koinly? Not at all. Because when you consider that Koinly serves thousands of users globally, and issues like this don't pop up often, it's obvious that such a situation is quite rare. But then, if you're dealing with a ton of transactions, it's smart to get a quote upfront and document everything along the way. This way, if you do face a situation like this, and let's be honest, it's unlikely, you'll be ready to handle it without stress. Now, flipping to CoinLedger, one reviewer wasn't too happy either. He explained that after having problems with his account, he reached out to their support team and didn't hear back for 10 whole days. Now, 10 days feels like a lifetime when you're racing against tax deadlines. But again, this is not the rule with CoinLedger. I scrolled through hundreds of CoinLedger reviews, and only a tiny percentage mentioned slow support. Most users seem pretty happy, with CoinLedger being rated 4.7 out of stars for more than 1,200 reviewers. And that also goes for Koinly, rated 4.6 out of 5 stars from approximately 2,000 reviewers. In fact, one Koinly reviewer said he had a good experience using their crypto tracker, highlighting how easily it integrated with most major wallets, centralized and decentralized alike. He loved how automated everything felt and how it took care of generating reports for the second year in a row, letting him file everything without a hassle. Another reviewer shared how he was stressed out about getting his crypto taxes done for the first time, dealing with hundreds of transactions, swaps, and taxable events. Everything changed when he started using Koinly. Koinly made it simple for him, with just a few account connections and CSV uploads. He highly recommended it, calling it a lifesaver. As for CoinLedger, one first-time user shared that he spent quite a bit of time double-checking his gains and losses to be sure everything was accurate. But once he confirmed it lined up, he found it extremely useful. He loved that it was free to use until you needed a tax report, and appreciated how fairly it priced services based on the number of trades. He especially liked how smoothly it integrated with TurboTax and praised the helpfulness of the help desk, calling it a service he'd absolutely use again. Another user, who admitted he was mortified at the thought of dealing with crypto taxes, said CoinLedger made it shockingly easy. He connected his Coinbase account, and the platform handled everything else. It was quick, bug-free, and when he accidentally purchased the wrong tax year, a CoinLedger team member sorted it out with a refund by the very next day. He was so impressed that he personally recommended CoinLedger to 2 friends and said he'd stick with them moving forward. So, while both platforms have had their hiccups, the overwhelming majority of users have had positive, even life-saving experiences, especially when the tax deadlines start looming. Okay, now that we've heard from other users and their experiences, let's dig into what these platforms actually do, because at the end of the day, that's what matters most. One thing I realized quickly is that it's not just for casual traders. It's built for tax agents and accountants too. So, if you're a professional handling multiple crypto clients, this thing is a game changer. Instead of wasting hours flipping through spreadsheets from different wallets and exchanges, Koinly lets you manage everything from one clean, organized dashboard. It's all about efficiency, fewer spreadsheets, less manual work, more confidence that everything's accurate. That alone makes it worth considering if you're dealing with crypto taxes on behalf of others. Now, as a portfolio tracker, Koinly really shines too. It integrates with over 850 exchanges, wallets, and blockchains. Yes, you heard that right. And tracks more than 17,000 cryptocurrencies. I connected my accounts from Binance, Bybit, and even my hardware wallet, and it seamlessly pulled in all my data: gains, losses, income. It was all laid out clearly in a single view. No more bouncing between apps or spreadsheets, trying to remember what you bought where. If you want a bird's eye view of your crypto world, Koinly delivers that effortlessly. But what about safety? That was my biggest worry heading in. Turns out, Koinly is GDPR compliant, meaning it sticks to Europe's strict privacy standards. And that's just the start. They also have SOC 2 and ISO 27001 certifications. Basically, those are like gold stars in the data security world, ensuring your info is handled safely, kept private, and locked down with industry best practices. Koinly uses read-only API connections, so it never has access to your private keys. They also run frequent security audits and encrypt all data transfers. So, if you've been asking yourself, is Koinly safe? I'd say they've gone out of their way to prove it. Now let's pivot to CoinLedger. What caught my attention right away was how CoinLedger automatically identifies taxable events. It knows the difference between a staking reward, a trading gain, or a simple wallet-to-wallet transfer. That might sound basic, but with the complexity of crypto tax rules, having software that makes those distinctions for you is huge. It means you're not sitting there, scratching your head, wondering if you reported something wrong. When it comes to working with tax pros, CoinLedger makes life simple there too. If you've ever had to pass crypto tax info back and forth through email, you know how clunky and risky that can be. CoinLedger lets you invite your accountant or tax professional right into your dashboard. They can review, edit, and finalize everything securely without a single email. And when tax deadlines are closing in, this convenience makes a real difference. Security-wise, CoinLedger takes things seriously. They've implemented strict password and credential protection standards, using the PBKDF2 function with HMAC SHA-256 and more than 10,000 encryption iterations. In plain English, it's seriously hard for anyone to break into your account. They salt and hash every password, meaning even if someone tried, they'd hit a wall of scrambled data. Plenty of users mentioned in CoinLedger reviews that this gave them confidence in trusting the platform. And I felt the same. So yeah, whether you need smart tax calculations, strong data security, or an easy way to work with your accountant, both Koinly and CoinLedger bring serious tools to the table. All right, let's be real for a second. No platform is perfect. Even the best cryptocurrency portfolio tracker comes with a few quirks. And while Koinly and CoinLedger impressed me a ton, there were some things you should know. With Koinly, if you're a super high volume trader, the fees can stack up. But then again, if you're moving that much crypto, it makes sense that managing those transactions isn't going to be free. The silver lining is you're paying for reliability, security, and accuracy. For the average investor, the pricing stays pretty reasonable. CoinLedger's biggest issue seems to be occasional slow support replies. And yeah, when tax season is ticking down, every hour feels like a week. But when they do respond, they're super helpful and fast, with refunds and fixes. In my case, I had a small issue during crypto tax setup, and their team handled it quickly and professionally. And most users seem to have similar experiences, so while it's something to be aware of, it's hardly something to be worried about. Now, after weighing those crypto tax reporting pros and cons, you're probably wondering, how much is this all going to cost? And here's where it gets interesting with Koinly versus CoinLedger cryptocurrency tax software. In general, both cryptocurrency tracker platforms are reasonably priced for the amount of value they deliver. Check the links in the description for the most up-to-date pricing info and any exclusive discounts we've lined up for you. All right, if you're still stuck choosing between Koinly versus CoinLedger, here's my honest opinion. For powerful integrations, accountant-friendly tools, and top-tier security, Koinly is the one I trust with my portfolio. If you're after something clean, smart, and budget-friendly, CoinLedger won't let you down either. Ready to get started? Check the link in the description for special discounts and promos, and grab the deal that works for you.